and happy Halloween. I'm like a little witch, little bobblehead. Bobble. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're having a really awesome day. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Gabe, and this is GabeLuvsMakeup, and I am a 52-year-old makeup artist, and I've been in the industry for 30 plus years, and I work with people just like you in skincare, makeup, and fragrance every single day, because I'm still in the industry. So yeah, with that said, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, and my little sense of humor. Oh, and Boo is in the back corner, so we have Boo. I've got Boo. I'm not going to wear the hat the whole time, I promise, because it'll be bobble the whole time. Because this hat is super, super big. See, the little bit right there at the top. But anyway, the reason why we guys are here is not to see me in this witch hat, but to play with this new Natasha Denona Xenon palette. I finally got it, and I also have her cake liner. I've never used that before too. And look, guys, we have a little Boo sponge. Little Boo sponge. She's so cute. And it's supposed to be glowing in the dark. We're not going to be doing the makeup in the dark, though, to see if the sponge glows. But we do have a glow-in-the-dark sponge. But you know what? I thought we would have fun with this because I should be uploading this video on Halloween, on the actually day of Halloween. So I thought we would have a little fun with this palette because she's so black and silver and a lot of the gray tones and stuff like that. I thought we would do like an evil, wicked queen look. So I even have my poison apple. So I thought we would kind of, a little bit off of the Disney Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I thought we would kind of, not exactly like the Wicked Queen, but kind of have that little bit of the muse of her in the back of our mind. Because I thought that would be kind of cool. We'd do a dark lit, something kind of fun with it. I will be showing you guys a little bit like different looks along the way. So if you want to just do something a little bit more natural, I can show you. I don't know how we're going to do this palette natural, but we're going to, we're going to play with it like, one shadow, two shadow, three shadow as we kind of go along. So you guys can have something easier to play with. So just, if you're kind of willing to do that, want to hang out with me, want to see what we're going to come up with, grab your little cup of horror Halloween nights and, because we're just going to have a little good time, grab you a drink. Hopefully it won't be too long of a video, but you just never know with me. So anyway, take, if you want to see what the guy, I can't even talk today. I'm just a hot mess. We're already starting off a hot mess. If you want to see what my thoughts are on this palette, you want to see what we do with this palette and have a little fun with this palette, and you want a little trick and then maybe a little treat later, then anyway, stick around and let's do it together. Okay, guys, so just kind of fixing my hair here a little bit. We're just pushing it back, poofing it up, whatever we're going to do with it, because I don't know what it's doing. It's doing its own thing today. You know how that goes sometimes. We have on our little Salem Bewitched shirt. My roommate got this a couple years from, my roommate got me this a couple years ago in Salem, Massachusetts, when she was there, and she got me this little shirt. So I thought I'd pull it out too, and we would wear it because I just love this shirt. I think it's really cute. But we will put on a little bit of, I got a little bit of a cape and everything we're going to do at the end, and kind of show you guys what the end result's going to be. But, but first of all, we're going to deal with this palette. Now, I don't have anything on my face at all. I'm completely naked. The only thing I have on is this new e.l.f. lip oil. Now, if you guys have heard, this is supposed to be the dupe for the Dior, and, I gotta say, she's kind of close. It's pretty close. I mean, the doe fit and everything. We might get into this in another video because I got another video coming up with a bunch of PR stuff. And we're just talking about the Estee Lauder Beauty Box and a bunch of other stuff that will be in the next video. So you guys stay tuned for that. But yeah, just kind of have, this is kind of a fun kind of a video. We're going to do some swatches with this palette, see what I kind of think about it as well as we kind of put it on. But I thought we would just do it on a very clean face. I'm not going to do I'll do all the foundation, the lipstick, and all that stuff off of camera. We're really just focusing more on the eyes today and kind of the look. So first of all, before we get into the palette, so this is the Natasha Denona. It's called the Working Set. It's her cream liner, and I've never tried her cream liner before, but it's supposed to be a waterproof. So I just got it, but yeah, this is what it kind of looks like. So we'll be using this some today. I don't know what we're going to do with it exactly. I don't know if I'm going to use it like a liquid or what we're going to do. To be honest with you guys, I really don't know how this look is going to turn out. I have no idea, but this is already, I just tried to wipe it off and she's already set. And so this is definitely a more of a waterproof top liner. I can already tell. So this is going to be what, look, it's already on my finger already. So you can tell that that's going to be a good product already. But this is the palette. So here's the box. So this is what the box looks like. It's really pretty. The packaging is really beautiful. It's very celestial. It's got that little bit of that kind of holiday starry kind of a look to it. It's also got a little bit, I'm sorry, it just gets dirty really bad. My fingerprints are all over it, but it's got that little bit of that, I don't want to say it. It's got that, let me try to wipe it off a little bit. It's kind of got that little bit of that, it's got a little bit of a Halloween vibe. I mean, I really don't think this is a Halloween palette. It's more of like a holiday palette or one that's just more cool toned. This is a little bit different for Natasha, but this is the inside of it. It even has little stars around the top of it. I think it's so pretty. It's really beautiful. It looks really pretty. I brought out the Yucca palette. I just wanted to show you guys in comparison the palettes, they match. So I heard that this one was smaller than some of her other palettes, but they're not. It's the same size as the Yucca palette. So if you guys didn't see the Yucca palette, this is a great fall palette too. If you're looking for, if you like more grungy yellows and greens, this is a really good one. But this one is more shiny, where that one is more matte as far as the texture goes of the palette. But the colors are really super beautiful. I've heard a lot of people say that it's very, the colors are very similar. There's not a lot of ways that you can really do many different looks with it. If you guys have the little mini Xenon palette, I do not have that one. I've heard, you know, that maybe that's just a better buy for you to get that one. I'll have to let you guys know my thoughts at the end and what I think about it, because we're just gonna go with it and just play with it today and just see what we think of it. But let me go off camera. First of all, let me get a little sip of my little Horror Night. A little sippy sip of that. And let me go off camera and let me swatch some, and I'll come back on and let you guys see what the colors look like more up close. And then we will dive in and start creating a look. Okay, so here we are. So this is what we're looking like. So you guys can see that they're all, except for, let me just do this one just a little bit more so you guys can see this one a little bit better. They swatch beautifully. They're all really beautiful. But if you guys can see, a lot of them are very similar. Very similar. Like there's like about 2 or 3 different white matte bases here, and they look very kind of similar. So there's not a ton of variety here, but I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have to play with it and see. Sorry, the trash guys are here, so they're emptying the trash. So it's just one of them things. So yeah, if you hear noise in the background, that's what it is. Because my room is real near the trash compactor. Of course, I'm near the airport and the trash compactor. Can you just go? I mean, can we have any more noise? But anyway, it looks like a really beautiful color story. It's very cool, and it looks like it's got a lot of colors that are a little bit more similar. So, but anyway, we're not going to really know that until we actually get it on our eyes. So let me go off camera. I'm going to put some eyeshadow base on and a little bit of mascara just to give me a little something, something. And then we'll get started on this palette. Okay, guys, just right before we get started, I just want to remind you guys that this video is not sponsored by Natasha Denona. However, I do have a Natasha Denona affiliate link, and I also have a Natasha Denona code. And actually today is Halloween. I think she's doing a 20% off of her site. But also this palette is 20% off on the Sephora, because they're having a sale as well, the VIP sale. But just keep that in mind if you ever do want to shop on the Natasha site. So in the future, she may do something, you know, closer to Thanksgiving. Around that time frame, sometimes she does 30-35% off, and then plus she can save an extra 15% off. So just throwing that out there. But it's not affiliated today, so I don't have any, or it's not sponsored or anything like that. So just throwing that out there, just, you know, just to throw it out there. But so I did do a little bit of my Victoria Beckham mascara. I did a little bit of I did a little bit of my mascara, and then I did a little bit of that liner that we talked about, the working set. So I did it as a top line up there. So it looks really pretty. I mean, I will tell you guys, this stuff she ain't coming off. So it's definitely, once it dries, it sets. But I just kind of wanted to tighten my eyes up a little bit before we did it. I also don't have brows on, which is obvious, because I didn't want to do any brows. I wanted it to be able to maybe kind of go up a little bit higher or something today. I don't know, because I'm feeling it to be more very Vogue-ish, kind of a more on the Vogue kind of side almost. But but I did use a little bit of this new Sigma eyeshadow primer. I'm also a Sigma affiliate now as well, so I'm like really shocked. I'm like, wow, they just sent me a whole big box of PR. I will be going over that in another video, but I just did want to try my eyeshadow base, so that's what we have on now, and I really do like it. It's really cool. It comes in a little stick, and it has actually has a pencil sharpener on the end of it, so it's kind of cool. So, and the color is really nude. It feels really good. It doesn't feel too heavy. It's not sticky or too greasy or anything like that. So far I really like that. So I keep putting on my e.l.f. lip oil, so that's what I have on my lips. So again, we don't have anything else on the skin. So I'm gonna go in with I'm gonna do a lot of my reference brushes, because I love using my reference brushes with Natasha Denona. So let's do, because I kind of want to pack on one of the really light shadows. So I think I'm going to go in with, I don't know if I think I'm going to go in with actually Contrail, which is, she's the white one down here on the bottom. She is the white, she's white now. She's white of the white. So I'm going to take my Snow White mirror, since we're kind of doing an evil queen today. And I'm going to go right over it. And we're going to really kind of pack down. She's supposed to be, she's more of a matte. She's definitely more of a soft matte. Now, I am seeing a little bit of like a soft fallout with some of this matte, but it is really, it's like really nice. It feels really creamy. I'm going to take it all the way up to the brow. So just to let you guys know too, we're going to be doing, I'm going to do I'm going to give you guys some ideas if you want to try to make it a little bit more natural. If you want to keep it more natural, I would definitely stick to the mattes. I wouldn't do a lot of too much of the more heavier, because she's got some more heavier shimmers in this palette. I would probably stick to more of the mattes, but that's kind of, if you were going to do more of a natural look, that's probably what I would do. But this is that one color. It's called Contrail all over the lid. And that is really pretty. Now, see, to me, this is a look to me. Like, I would do a little bit more mascara, maybe just a tad bit more eyeliner. And to me, this would be a one eyeshadow kind of deal. I know some people are probably a little bit scared to kind of just leave it like this, but this to me would be a really beautiful, if you're going to do a more darker lip or more of a brighter lip, I think this would be really pretty. It is a really beautiful, cool toned white, so it is really pretty. Let's see, let's go in with let's start building it up a little bit. I'm going to try to use as many of these I can, but again, all of them look very similar. So I'm going to take a little bit of Flurry and start building Flurry, and Flurry she looks a little bit like that, like this, and then I might take a little bit of Blizzard, but see how they look very similar? One's just a tad bit more grayish, one's a little bit more whitish, but I'm going to take Flurry, and we're going to go in here and start building up this crease a little bit. Now I'm going to do one eye only, and then we'll go back and I'll go and do off camera the other eye, because I'm trying to keep this video, not too long, because I don't want you guys to have to sit and watch me do all of this. I know there was about maybe 48% of you that actually wanted to do me to do this video, so I know some people are not really interested in this palette, but but it is really beautiful. Oh, and by the way, just the FYI, I'm sorry I haven't done a pass or yas yet lately, because there's not really been, a lot of sets have come out and a lot of holiday stuff, but not a lot of like actual really heavier launches. But I do want to ask you guys, are you guys interested in the Huda Beauty Grudge palette? Let me know down below if you guys are interested in that. The Grudge palette, if you think that would be interesting. I'll put a picture up here so you guys can see it. In the whole collection, there's a face gloss, there's a black lipstick and lip liner. And I will tell you, if I can afford it, I'm buying that damn black lipstick. I know you guys are probably like, Gabe, why do you want a black lipstick and why do you want a black liner? Because I do. Okay, I don't have one, all right, and I want one. So I'm definitely going to pick up the liquid lip and the lip liner for sure. And the gloss is like a very lightweight it's kind of a light black, but it's really more clearish than anything. I'm definitely want to pick up that, but let me know about the palette, what you guys think. If I can afford it, I will try. Oh, and by the way, too, I decided to get this palette instead of the Chanel. So I decided to skip the Chanel collection altogether. I was going to get it. I had it actually saved and everything, and I was going to do it, but then I decided not to. So I decided to back out of it. So anyway, I mean, unfortunately, I won't be reviewing the Chanel holiday palette because I just feel like other than there was a little bit, there's like one or two little bit more goldish colors that are kind of like in the glam palette that I felt that are a little similar to that. And I just thought I just really didn't need it. And it was another $80, $90. And then the highlighter was really pretty, but I have so many really pretty highlighters that I just don't feel like I needed it. So I'm just gonna just pass it all together. But if you did get that, I mean, you know, I'm hoping that you're enjoying it and it does look really beautiful, but I feel like you can get the same thing out of one of these palettes or mixed with a little bit of the glam if you're wanting a little bit of that kind of the Chanel kind of holiday look. But this looks really beautiful. I think it's really pretty. So now let me go into the Snert, and she's a little bit more gray. So far we've got two shadows on, and I'm gonna build this one up just a little bit more with this other gray tone. And I'm gonna tell you guys that's a pretty look right there. So this is where I would stop if you didn't want to do any more like for daytime. If you wanted to, I mean, if you wanted, you could add one a little bit more of the darker colors on the outer corner, but I would kind of probably stop. I wouldn't go any more than that because these other colors are, they go more darker. They start getting more into the black. This is definitely more of a dramatic palette. I've got to say, if you're a natural little goblin or witch or a pumpkin, you know, it's not going to be for you. This cool palette for my little pumpkins is not going to be for you. If you're a warm pumpkin, you're not going to want to be a cool pumpkin. So definitely it's not going to be for you if you're not into these kind of colors. But, you know, I love gray tones. And I love cool tones. I think they're great. I can do either or. And I like mixing them together sometimes too. But it's been a hot minute since I've done a really super cool kind of look. And we're going to do a really dark brown lip with this one. So I think it'll really balance out once we get it all together. It'll actually be a little bit like the Grudge. It'll be a little more grudgy looking by the time I get done with it. A little more sinister-ish, a little more evil-ish. But I like that. That's really pretty. I think it's a really beautiful combination together so far. Now, before we get into, I think Spoosh, is she a little bit more of a, she's a little bit kind of a satin dark. I'm trying to think if I want to do, because the rest of them are kind of shimmery. I'm going to wipe my, I've got a little, Sigma sent me one of these little pads that you can kind of just rub your brush to take the excess off. And I'm like loving this. I'm like, wow. Sigma, I'm telling you guys, when you guys see what they sent me, I'm like, it is crazy. But this is a really cool little pad. So it's really awesome. And they're like 75% off right now. And you get to save 15% off with my code. So you can save quite a bit with Sigma right now. But again, they're going to do more sales too as the holidays get here. So just, you know, if you're not ready for anything like that now, just keep that in mind. Or for somebody, if it's not for you. So I'm trying to think, what do we want to do? Do we want to do, God, I don't know. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go into, let's do Ebb, because Ebb is she's a little bit more of this, almost blue. It's like a bluish silver color. I'm just going to go ahead and add Ebb here. I'm just going to build up Ebb right there, just to give it, it's got that sheen to it though. And it really does look really pretty. It doesn't look too sheeny on the eye though. So when you put it on, it looks kind of sheeny in the palette, but it's not, listen at me with my verbalage, sheeny. But anyway, it looks really, it's got a nice look to it. And I think we'll just build that up a little bit more in the crease. But it is really pretty, but it does have a little bit more of a blue tone. But in the palette, she doesn't look, but it's definitely got more of that navy kind of a look to it. But it's really beautiful. That's really pretty. So now let's go into Sposh. And she's got really the more of the black shade in the center. It's like this, it's like a gray. It's like a gray black. So I'm going to go in and really build this up a little bit more. Same brush. We're not going to change. I'm just going to keep using the same one. So far, we've really only used 2 brushes so far. But I love Natasha's formulas. They're so easy to blend and to put on. They're just super easy. That looks gorgeous. Okay, I'll take it over a little bit more. We're kind of smoking it out Let me get a little more smoky there. This is definitely more of a fun palette. I think it would be more, I mean, looking at it already, I'm thinking it's going to be more of like a holiday fun kind of a thing. I don't know if this would be every day. Now, you could mix this in with some of our other palettes and it would be really cool. But yeah, and I don't know how you're not going to really get too much of a drama look with it. Even with the lighter shades, I felt like they were still kind of on the dramatic side. But it's really beautiful. But it's all kind of blended in together, really. All the colors are kind of blending in, like the ebb and the splash just kind of blended in together. So they all just really look like one color. So really you don't see the ebb and you don't really see it. They just kind of blended in together. So I don't know about that, but I mean, but it's not, I'm not mad at it, but I mean, but you can't see the differentiate in the colors. I mean, it kind of looks the same. But now let me change brushes now, and let's go into my number 13 brush and Repher. And let me add Night Sky. So Night Sky, she's definitely more of the black. And she's definitely more black. So I'm going to go in and add a little bit more of her here. And see if I can just add a little bit more darkness there. And see what happens with that. I don't know, maybe I can't, on camera I can see it more. Like when I look in the mirror, I don't see it, but I can see the dark kind of really coming out more. I can really see it bringing it out a little bit more and really intensifying it more over those other two colors just kind of really blended in together. So, which that's kind of a little disappointing, but I mean, again, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I mean, I think this is one of the palettes you can use with other palettes to give you what you want. And don't worry about this. We're going to clean that up in a little bit. But it's really pretty. It's giving me what I want. That really beautiful color. I would definitely not do this with a bunch of foundation on. As you can see, it's even getting on my nose. So it's like you can get, because black, I mean, these kind of smoky colors, even though it's not really doing a lot of fallout, you can definitely get it all over your face for sure. But that's pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, so now let me go on to, oh goodness gracious, I don't know which one to start with. They're just so, all of these shimmers are just really beautiful. So we did Night Sky already. So let's do Cygnus. So Cygnus is, she's that really pretty gray. So we're going to take it, and let me get my mirror out here. And let's do Cygnus, and let's just pop her right out here. Now, I didn't do a cut crease. You definitely could. And it might make it pop a little bit more. You might be able to see it a little bit better. And what I might do is just go in and clean up this one right here so it shows a little bit more. But I like that. That's really beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see that or not because my eyes are very small. But that is really pretty. That is just a really beautiful color. It's got this really, it's very soft. It feels very soft. I do like that. Okay, so I went off camera and I just cut the crease with a little bit of micellar water and just cut it, and I did a little bit more of that primer right there and just kind of smooth that out just to give it a little more smoothness. I just want the white to pop a little bit more like one of these really celestial shadows. This one, the Snowbow, looks a little pink, but she kind of flashes around a little bit. She kind of, I don't know, kind of reflects a little bit. I don't know the word that I'm trying to use here today, but I'm trying to think of what I want to use. I think we will use Snowbow. Let's use that one supposed to be like more, it looks more pinky. Let's take her right over that other one that we just did. And let's just blend that in there. It does have a little more of a, you can see a little bit more of the reflection on it. But it's really a beautiful shade. It's got a lot of reflection in it. It's really pretty. That's really gorgeous. Okay, and then let's do Stellar because she's that really beautiful white color. And let's take Stellar right in here and blend her into Snowbow. That is really pretty. And I'm just going to take a little bit of my liner and just kind of go in and blend that together with a little bit more of Night Sky. Just a little bit more right there. Back and forth, just a little bit more. But that's beautiful. Those are really pretty. It's got that really beautiful kind of a icy kind of look to it. That's so pretty. Okay, so now let me do I'm gonna take my Christian Audette, the Black Panther. I'm gonna take it, and let's see, we're good. Yeah, I'm gonna take it and we're gonna go underneath and just go ahead and fill in that waterline, lift a little bit, so have a little more to it. And then let's do, let's see, my brush. Again, I'm gonna take that brush, then again, I'm gonna use my pot, and we're just gonna go on and add a little bit more of a line. Now we've got a little bit more of that really pretty wing. So a little, not really a wing, but it's a little bit more kind of just bringing it out a little bit more. So now let me go on, because I definitely want some frost up here. So I haven't done rum, and we haven't done, let's see what super tonic look like. Let's do let's do a nib. Let's do that one, because nib looks really pretty. So I'm gonna do nib above my brow bone. So we're really gonna go in here with nib and give her a little bit of an icy look. And again, you wouldn't have to go in and do this, but see, she's definitely got that really icy kind of a glow to it. That's beautiful. You can almost use these, some of these as highlighter. If you like a really icy highlighter, that would be really beautiful too. I'm getting quite a bit of fallout with some of the, especially some of the glitter shades. So I would have to say, definitely don't do this like without, don't definitely do this with your foundation already done, because you're definitely going to have a little bit of a mess, I think. I'm just getting, because a lot of the glitter right there, and I don't know if that's just me or what, but that's what I'm getting. So let me go back in with one of my darker brush. I'm going to dip a little bit more in Splash and Night Sky. We're just going to go back in and add a little bit more right here, just to deepen that up a little bit more. This is my Redford 28 brush, and she's more of like a flat brush. And let's go into this, let's go into Snert, a little bit of this gray shade, and I'm gonna go under and kind of just add a little bit of Snert under that, over that black. And then a little bit of the ebb over top of it too, just to add a little extra. Ooh, that's pretty. That really makes it pretty together. Why not? We'll just add a little Night Sky in there too. And we'll clean it all up. It'll look really good. So this is what we're looking like. I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do the other eye. We're gonna clean it up and do some lashes. I'll be right back, and we're gonna go over my final thoughts and think what I think of this palette, and you see the final look. Would you like a bite of my juicy red apple? So what do you guys think? Look how beautiful it turned out. Really, really pretty. It looks really beautiful up against this color too. It's so stunning with this kind of a color, but it does make me just feel very wicked. I feel very wicked, especially with this lip. So I have to tell you, I have this old Dior Plastic Shine, and I don't even know what the color is. I can't remember, 917, and it's just so beautiful. I put it over a really, really dark brown lip liner, and I did a little of my Scooby-Doo highlighter and a little bit of my Dior Berry Blush, and it just made it, just set it. It just looks so good. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the way this looks. So I love the way it turned out. It looks really super beautiful. So with that said, and two, I just want to let you know, so these lashes are the Muses collection. It's by Lash Couture. It's by Kiss. And I think they're like $5, $6. They're not really bad, but this is the Legacy collection, and it's what I have on now. They actually got an Allure winner for Best Lashes, and they are really good. They have a couple other different types of pairs, but I really like this. I think it's really beautiful. They look really good with this whole look. I think it looked really great. And I kind of took my lashes out, and I kind of like stood them up a little bit more to make my eyes look a little bit more winged. And I really like the way that it looks. But anyway, okay, so enough about that. And I like the eyeshadow base. So this eyeshadow base by Sigma is really nice. I have to play with it a little bit more, but I do really like it. So this Natasha Denona Work Unset Liner is really good. It's really good. It stays on really well. It's just a really good black. It's just a really, if you like cream liner, you may want to try this out. I mean, some people like cream liner, some people don't. But I really do like this liner. It's really nice. So now on to the palette. So now what are my thoughts about this palette? Okay, so this palette is not going to be for everybody, unfortunately. It's a very, as you can see, it's a very cool tone palette. It almost has like a little bit of a blue silver undertone to it. Not just gray and black. It's more, it looks more bluish than, to me, than grayish. It just the way that the tones kind of turned out. But I'm not mad at it at all, because I think, especially like with the cape and the lip and everything, I think it goes really good together. I think it just really vamps up everything, because it is more of a vampy kind of look. And we know we did do a little bit more dramatic, but this palette is just dramatic, guys. There's just really no other way around it. It's a dramatic palette. So just a few keynotes here. So a couple of these colors are a little similar. So Flurry is just a little bit more, it's a little bit more, I don't know, this Blizzard's a little bit more gray, and then Blurry's got a little bit more brown in it, or like, I don't know what the undertone is, but they're very kind of similar-ish. There's not too much difference there. The same thing with, even with Snowbow and with Stellular, when you kind of put them together, they still look pretty much the same. When I did Ebb and I did what is this, Spash over top of it, they just blended right in together. So really, it really took me a lot to build it up, to get it to look a little bit more different, to make the shades look a little bit more different. It's buildable. It's very buildable. You can, especially these lighter shades, you can really build them up a little bit more to create that really pretty look that you want. I just really don't know. A lot of the shimmers are very similar. Like, you know, Superphonic, Stellular, Nev, even Skiff, even though it's got a little bit of a brown to it. I mean, the only one I didn't use was Groove. Groove I didn't really use. I just swatched it. That was probably the only one in the palette that I didn't use was that one. I used everybody else. But your end result is going to end up the same. I mean, regardless of what I did and what I blended and how much I added, it still turned out the same. It still kind of looks the same. Now, of course, you know, we were doing a little bit more of a Halloween look, but yeah, it still looks the same regardless of how you work with them, because the shadows just all end up kind of blending together. I really had to pack Night Sky a lot and Spash together to really give me that really drama, to really build it up. And then with the lash, and then of course with the pot liner to make it look a little bit more on to give me what I was looking for this particular look. Night Sky though, I really like that. It's a super really beautiful shade. I love the shade Neb. This is so pretty. It's all over here and here. I blended it all in, and I took a little bit of Skiff and Neb right in here in the inner corner. Excuse me. Stellular, I mean, I liked it, but it kind of disappointed me a little bit. I thought it was going to get a little more payoff of Stellular, but, you know, and Superphonic is really beautiful too. It's a little bit more of an icy gray. It's really pretty. It's not, Snowbow is really gorgeous. It is really pretty, but it just kind of, eventually they just all blended in together. So you really can't tell what's what really, because they all just look like I might have done maybe 3 shadows or something, but it just kind of all blended in together. But you have to be a fan of cool tones to really like this palette. If you, again, like I said, if you're a warm pumpkin, you are not going to be liking this, and you would have to be a cool pumpkin to like that one. Or a cool witch, not a warm witch. If you like you have to like those kind of color stories, and you have to like a little bit more of that darker gray, blue undertone. But I know there are a lot of you out there that really, really enjoy that, and you really will probably like this color story. I'm going to be honest, if you have the mini Xenon palette, I don't think you need this one. I think you can do about the same kind of look. I have to agree with a little bit of everybody else. I think you can get the same kind of look with just the 5 shadows and to do exactly what I just did instead of buying the whole palette. But again, that's just me. But it is a nice palette to add to, you know, maybe the Dream palette, or to add to, you know, the Glam palette, because the Glam is a little more warm. You could add Cool in with that. You know, you could add this in with the Nude palette. You can add these colors in with others. I mean, it would be a really good one to add in if you wanted to add a little bit more drama, or again, if you just like these kind of colors all year round, or if you just like, especially this time of year, you may like a little bit more of the cool tone gray colors. But all in all, it's a really beautiful palette. The formulas are really pretty. I just feel a lot of them are very repetitive as well. But if you are going to pick this up, I would definitely pick this up on sale. I definitely wouldn't pay full price for it. I actually used my own code on Natasha Denona, and I saved 15% on her website. And because I wanted it just a little bit earlier, I didn't want to wait for the Sephora sale. But you can definitely pick it up at the Sephora sale. It's 20% off. I know that, again, I'm filming this video, I think, but it's just one day, the day before Halloween. Maybe again tomorrow she's doing a 20% off of her site, but I love her site because I love the shipping and everything. And I'm not just saying that just because I'm an affiliate and I have a code, which down below, it will be down in the description box down below, by the way, if you're interested. But it is a good palette. I think it's really pretty. I think you can use it with some others, and I mean, I'm not mad at it. I really do like the cool tones. I think it's really pretty. But anyway, guys, that's it. You know, thank you so much for being here, hanging out with me during my little Halloween skittish, having a little fun here. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. If you did not like this video, then you know what? You need a little bite of my apple. Okay? I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, if you did like the video, you know what, I bless you. I thank you. If you've lasted this long, I really do appreciate it. Remember, be safe, be strong, be proud, stand tall, love yourself. Remember to tell somebody that you love them today, because life is way too short. Please be kind to someone, because kindness can go off a long way, especially this time of year and the way everything and the way the world is these days. But yeah, be kind to people, because that can really mean a lot. And with that said, guys, we will see you again in the next episode. Happy Halloween to you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. See you later. Mwah. Bye.